What a nutritional therapist does is that they look at a person's health and they look at what they eat and they endeavour to work out what foods and combinations of foods and drinks and lifestyle experiences and happenings are going to assist to create the best possible diet for your body. Probably the best piece of advice is to eat regularly, little and often, because we need such a lot of energy when we're on the go all day. The other secret is to try and include a little protein in every meal and snack. This enables the carbohydrates that are eaten along with your meal to be digested more slowly and therefore keep your energy levels going for longer. Another big secret is essential fats. Now, they're particularly rich in nuts and seeds, and they're oils and butters, and also in oily fish, and also in avocado. Now, the other great bonus of these foods, apart from the fact that they're extraordinarily good for hair, nails, skin, and the nervous system, in fact, they're just heroes. The other good thing is that they're filling. So if you combine a carbohydrate with a protein with a little essential fat. Now, for example, peanut butter on an oat cake. That's giving you the protein and the essential fats and the carbohydrate. And that will, if you have to, that will keep you going a little longer. Same with every meal and snack. Not to be scared of food. What so often happens when people are not only trying to lose weight but trying to maintain weight is that when they reach their goal, they often then repeat exactly what they've been doing till it becomes too samey and then you begin to get bored. Or else they're always nervous about eating a little more because they think, oh, we'll put weight back on. If you have any friends who are very slim, if you go and live with them for a few days if possible, it's very, very interesting watching what slim people do. Their eating habits, their shopping habits, their exercise habits. They're not necessarily always going for broke, but they eat little and often, generally speaking. They eat mostly good food, they do quite a lot of cooking themselves, and they get regular exercise. So that would probably be my best piece of advice is find a skinny friend and watch what she's doing. Learn to love it. Learn to cook. The simplest things. It's the joy of cooking, the smells in the kitchen, experimenting with new foods. It just becomes part and parcel of rather than constantly thinking of food as fuel, we end up thinking of food as something really enjoyable. And that doesn't mean that we can't have our favourites. You know, I've got a kind of very 80-20 approach to life. If you get it pretty well right 80% of the time, you can kind of do what you want the other 20%. My recommendation is have something as soon as you can. But if you can get into the habit of having breakfast, preferably having some physical exercise first, and then having breakfast every morning before you go out the door, then so much the better. A good breakfast that combines, again, some protein, some carbohydrates, and if possible, something like a bowl of muesli with some fresh fruit, yogurt, maybe topped with some nuts and seeds. Fabulous breakfast, cold or hot. And of course porridge. Being a Scot, I advocate porridge any time of the day, but it's particularly good on a cold winter morning, which of course we have many of in Scotland. So that would be my advice. I decided to investigate whether quick fix diets, as they're often known as, and they get a lot of negative press. Generally speaking, you get figures like 85 to 95% of people put on the weight again in 2 to 5 years. So I decided to see what the 5 to 15% are doing, because patently some people are getting it right. And I was gobsmacked to discover that a lot of them start their fat loss goal or travels with a quick fix diet and learn quite a lot from that quick fix diet, and then don't necessarily continue to follow it to the letter, but they then begin to design their own sort of diet. So what I've done is I've combined my findings from the 5 to 15%, and I've added the foods and eating practices that are going to accelerate fat burning. There's obviously exercise in there as well, and I've turned it into a 14-day diet, which can not only be used for the 14 days but can be continued.